their daddy. Woohoo!
Bonjour, je m'appelle Emma, j'ai 10 ans. Bonjour, je m'appelle Ellie, j'ai 6 ans. Bonjour, je m'appelle Kelly, moi c'est 5.
Woohoo! My name's Daddy, Dave Cousins, and this is our girls. And we're excited to show you a little bit of our video and things we've got coming up, presenting. Basically, we're starting with our story, then we're kind of going to God's story, and then we're looking at your story on the trail, the happy trails of life. And so that's the whole point of what we're teaching tonight. And we want to begin with just showing you a little glimpse as to the trails we take every day to school, from school, picking up the girls, and kind of a high-speed version of what that looks like. So enjoy this and be challenged tonight. Glad you guys can be here tonight. Exciting stuff. See ya!
Happy trails to you. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together?
Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather.
Happy trails to you till we meet again. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together?
Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather.
Happy trails to you till we meet again.
Teach me your path. Show me your ways, Lord. Teach me your path. Psalms 25, Lord. Show me your ways, Lord. Teach me your path. Psalm 25:4. Show me your ways, Lord. Teach me your path. Psalms 25:4. Hi, I'm Emma Cousins. I'm 10 years old, and I'm the oldest girl in our family. I remember the day when my daddy took me out to McDonald's and he told me that we might be moving to Africa. So we started praying. Last June I finished my 3rd grade year at Williams Bay Elementary School, and our summer was crazy. We had to go on a lot of road trips to see family and say goodbye. So we've been here in Albertville, France for 6 months. And I feel like school is going well, and I'm getting to know the people in my class and my teachers really well. And I've got a lot of friends my age, about a couple of girls and some boys too. And our whole family has gotten to know a lot of friends, and a whole new adventure is coming in about July, when we will be going off to Mali, West Africa, to be missionaries there. Show me your ways, Daddy. Teach me my path. Show me your ways, Daddy. Teach me my path.
Well, guys, we're certainly on a journey ourselves as a family. Certainly, when you think about the topic of happy trails, it's pretty crazy to think where God has taken us this last year. It's cool to be with you here tonight, and I hope you guys are having a great time. I heard you might even do some dancing. And I can always remember Glenn always singing that song for the last however long, couple of months before we left. Happy trails, and singing that whole song. So Glenn, that's a shout out for you with that song. Psalm 25 verse 4 says, show me your ways, Lord, teach me your paths. Well, this is a cool little path that we're sitting on right here. And God is definitely doing amazing things through each of us when it comes to working on our lives and the trail that He has marked out for us. When we look at this passage, we see there's many differences, and this is the heart cry of David saying, God, show me your ways. It's interesting though, because when you look at the verse in Psalm 25 verse 4, which show me thy ways, it's an interesting petition, much like that of a child to a father. And I love what Spurgeon says with this. The second petition, teach me thy paths, appears to mean more than the first, and may be illustrated by the case of a little child who should say to his father, Father, first tell me which is the way, and then teach my little trembling feet to walk in it. What weak, dependent creatures we are, how constantly we should cry for the strength of our God. And so this is like what our girls are always asking us to do. Show me the way, Daddy, show me the way. And that's exactly what God is requiring of us, whether we know Him or not, to ask Him to show us the way, show us the paths. And this is a reference actually that refers back to Exodus 33, which is a very similar passage that Moses was going through, that David then cried out. And Moses, if you remember the golden calf that was built, all of a sudden comes down the mountain and feels defeated and doesn't know what to do about these people. And God says, leave this place, and you know what? I might not even go with you. And so the people settle, and they're all disturbed by what's going on. And then you'll remember that Moses establishes the tent of meeting and continues to go outside the city and meet with God in the tent of meeting. And Joshua is the only one who stays there, kind of saying, Moses, I want to know your ways, while Moses was saying, God, show me your ways. And then in Exodus 33, verse 13, Moses has the audacity to say, God, I know you've blessed me, I know you care for me, but still, show me your way so that I can walk in it. And God then eventually says, I'll show you my presence, and my presence is what's going to go with you. And so when it comes to all the parts of our lives on the journey and on the path that we don't know, the tough parts, the things that stick out, the unknown places in our lives, we're needing to ask God to show us what the next steps are. And it's huge, because each of us has to say, you know what, I've already been there ahead of my daughter. I've already been there ahead of my child. And so for each of us tonight, my challenge for you guys as dads is to say, do you understand what God is asking of you? That God is saying, I'm going to show you my path. I'm going to show you the direction. And so whether it's through tough times in your life, things that you're going through, or short moments on a path where you don't have a clue what's next, or tragedy strikes, or something's going on in your heart that you just can't understand, then God is saying, you know what, cry out to me. Have me show you the path that I have marked out for you. And it's really interesting because when you again look at the verse, it doesn't say, show me your paths, God. Show me all the things that's laying out in front of my life. He says, show me your ways. And so the actions, the ways that we can exemplify who God is. Show me the ways that you lead, the ways that you work. And then it says, teach me your paths. Teach me where you have walked already. Teach me what lies ahead. We can't do it alone. And our daughters, dads, are asking us, show me your way. Show me the different ways that you've done things, Daddy. But at the same time, teach me your paths. Show me what the journey you've already been on, and you've been ahead of me, and teach me what it's like to go there. This whole last year for us has been exactly that. We have been teaching our girls. I've been teaching them as their daddy what it was like for me as a missionary kid to go through the exact same journey. And so in teaching them, there's been tons of questions, but yet there's been tons of rewards. Tons of struggles, tons of times where we said, okay, God, is this really worth it? And God has been faithful through this whole last year. And I just want to wrap up with an awesome time that I remember this last year specifically, where God showed me that this path, this journey that He has us on right now, is definitely of Him. We've been praying for my daughter Haley and her salvation for months, and asked many others to pray for her as well. And I remember sitting at a creperie one night with a bunch of American guys, other missionaries, and all of a sudden April texted me and said, you know what? I've got some great news, and I can't text you. I need to tell you when you get home. And so I was anxious to get home, and I got home, and she was eager to tell me that because we were reading a book, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Haley started asking questions. What did God do? Who is Aslan? Why did He die like that? Why did He suffer? And in asking all these questions and seeking this truth and going down this journey that Haley was on because of this book, April was able to share the gospel with Haley, and she was able to receive Christ that night. And those are the kind of affirmations that on the journey, on the path that we're on, it does make it happy. It does make it joyful. It makes it exciting and makes it an adventure. And so I just want to encourage you guys tonight to go beyond what you're doing in your life and to say, what is the next step in my journey? But what else can I do in bringing my daughters along in the journey? to make it exciting, to make it worthwhile. And so I just want to encourage you with that tonight, and just say you're doing a great job. I'm glad you're here tonight. It's an awesome event. I love it. We miss it. My girls really, really miss it. And so we're going to do our own version of this. But to know that you can continue this, and there's simple little things, creative things that I love what we did on these evenings like this with Glenn, to create stuff and to have monumental pieces. And throughout this last year, for each of my daughters, there's been significant little things that they would do to mark the adventures and the memories we've been on. Another thing I just remember in closing is how Kylie, our third daughter, would bring home these things called conkers. And every day she brought one home as a marker that, Daddy, I'm doing okay in school. And it was really hard the first couple of days to drop all the girls off and to see all the tears, but to be the strong one to say, you know what, it's going to be okay. I've been down this path, I've been down this journey, and it's going to be okay. And I had to direct them in that. And so I'd encourage you tonight to make some markers, make some things that really signify with your daughter that it's going to be okay, that you're going to be the strong one, because you rely on God. And that's the most important thing, that you say, God, show me your ways. Teach me your ways. Show me your paths, so that you can walk in those ways and that God's presence will go with you. So thanks for being here tonight, guys. And I hope you have a blast and a great time. And I'm sure it's going to be an awesome time of fun dancing, which we were never allowed to do at Calvary. But Glenn somehow pulled that off. So have a blast and enjoy yourselves. Thanks for being here tonight.